Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogwell333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4000 with Reich as the Russian Republic. Last video, we went to war with Novosibirsk, and we've done some pretty good job. A pretty good job, I say, at kicking their asses. Not totally done yet, but we're still working on it. Had to take a bit of a break, because now's the time people decide to try and talk to me. Go figure. Let's get... Let's work on a bit of manpower. People do not want to go to the battlefield with schools and realize something they do not know well or at all. That thought scares them to take rifles in their hands and defend their motherland. It's something every honorable man, inhabitant of a state and nation, should do when that fateful hour comes. Of course, not everyone is as simple as it seems. We'll have to do our best so that we can win people over from the upcoming wars and build an army. However, the government has an idea and has resources that could serve as a quality compensation for sacred duty, which it will perform vainless in the motherland. Are the Soviets losing to the fucking Kazakhs? Are they? Oh my god, they are. They're losing to fucking Vasov. Oh my god. That is funny. Although Russia's movie industry has been largely irrelevant since the nation's too much as recreation, there's been relative interest from movie studios across the ocean in a relatively new state. Taking on the role of former Supreme Leader of an Admiral Kolchak, the Russian-American superstar Yul Brynner stands in the historic epic about the controversial leader's life and downfall in Cecil DeMille's latest masterpiece, The Admiral. Starring Yoshihiko Yamaguchi as a Japanese liaison seductress, film critics from around the world have sung unanimous praise for what they're calling a timeless piece of kino for the ages, and a mistakenly pioneering film pushing the boundaries of cinematography and sound design. And instant sellout at Russian box offices, the film's content has even sparked debates among the political elites on the Supreme Leader's legacy in the Russian history going forward in their tireless quest to one day fully reunite their broken Russia. What the fuck is that? An outstanding movie, no doubt. What is that motor rushing? Let's do encryption. We need a lot of guns, Jesus. Imagine losing Kazakhs, but to fucking Vasov of all people. KONR moment. That is a Samara moment. Take the capital. See if we can't get a little encirclement done. Oh Jesus, they're so close to falling. Look at that. Well, we got to do all the Oh no, stay there. Stay there. Take Tomsk. So much for that encirclement, but there we go. First try to cuck them from any land there. Beautiful. You love to see it. Unless you're Brezhnev, then you fucking hate to see it. But, I don't think you'll have much say in the matter soon. Let's do Mother abundances. Brezhnev's getting what he fucking deserves. True that. Land of Russia are so rich in natural resources, coal, aluminum, minerals, and so on. Resources that would greatly increase the material wealth of our country. Unfortunately, we have not exploited these. If we wish to quickly climb the ladder of development, we should look into using these resources for positive purposes. Well, integrate Novosibirsk, get 23 new seats in the Duma, as well as Krasnoyarsk gets 13 seats into the Duma. It's cool that we unlock seats as we increase the size of our country. I think that's really cool. Siberia is struggling to stop his own country from being overrun by the Kazakhs, so he's probably got a lot on his mind. Yeah. That is neat to see. Now we get seats as we increase. Okay, so I don't think we can... Kazakh Kublai Khan when? Probably with 1,000-week Redux whenever that drops. Because knowing this mod, or, you know, the mod community, is probably going to be a Redux version of this. Eventually. Let's see. We can develop South Sakhalin oil fields. Let's do that. Honestly, sounds pretty cool. Could use some oil. Let's go ahead and let's monitor their dockyards. Maybe we should prepare against the Bolshevik menace, just in case. The time will soon come, the moment of our greatest glory of uniting the nation once and for all under the banner of liberty and an end to the red oppression. How obvious they make it known they were sent by the devil Lucifer himself with their red armbands and banners. I suppose it's a little on the nose there, sure. Yeah, wait, do we? Oh, well that explains it. Let's do partial mobilization. Free military factories. More artillery. It's a base self-focused script, I'm not gonna lie. True that. True flippin' that. Well, we gotta get our troop boys out of here anyway. Ooh. As the Russian state continues to expand outwards in its tireless wars of reclamation in the West, the need to connect people across their new vast lands has only increased. Coming to Vladivostok in search of filling these new opportunities, renowned Belarusian American entrepreneur David Sarnoff has announced the creation of the commercial telegraph agency, Tovgoro Telegrafno Agentstvo. The new broadcasting corporation utilizes refurbished Soviet radio equipment, and for the first time in Russian history, it also broadcasts television programs regularly. While many Russian people don't have the money for television, many wealthier families, and even department stores have seen crowds of people huddled around TV sets, watching what was undoubtedly a promising sign of prosperity for Russia. Russia enters the modern era. The commercial telegraph agency is now an available contractor. Okay. Ooh. Not bad. Okay, we can start working on some anti-tank stuff. It's probably going to be big. And we could probably use... working on medium tanks, so we'll get working on Pershings. That's really not in our favor. Discussing communism in the West and more resources at their disposal, and the armies to back it up. The only way we can ever hope to succeed in eradicating the foul stench of Bolshevism will be through careful planning for what will be one final war against the ages against our only other mortal enemy besides the Nazis. Contradictions to Marxism will soon be evident to all, soon enough. Public broadcasters and called Russia today, I will be unreasonably upset. I'll avoid making any jokes, because I don't want to get too much into contemporary issues. Soon incentives for investment. People do not want to go to battlefield and risk losing their lives for something they do not know well at all. That thought scares them to take their rifles into their hands and defend their homeland, something every honorable man and inhabitant of a state and a nation should do do when that fateful hour comes. Of course, not everything is as simple as it seems, and we'll have to do our best so we can win people over for the upcoming wars and build an army. However, the government has an idea and has resources that it could serve as a quality compensation for its sacred duty, which it will perform if they enlist in the military. I'm curious to see. Okay, so it looks like we still have a majority here. Do a doctrine available or naval doctrines. Why would we do trade interdiction? Air doctrine, battlefield support. Land doctrine will do operational assault, and then army reserve training. Can do infantry expert. We'll do that. Give that to Lev. We now get to training more troops real quick. We get our good old 20 wits going. Throw on some recon companies. And some logistics companies as well. God, the infrastructure here is just gonna be dog shit to get through. It's okay, Norilsk, and that's really it. Radio detection. Got some music going. Let's work on modernizing our dockyards. The Pacific Ocean is one of the largest world centers of trade. From Vladivostok, we have access to China, Japan, Australia, and America, along with countless other smaller nations. However, due to lack of development under the Tsar and the Soviets, this vital area of trade has failed to be properly utilized. We must remedy this and create modern shipping centers along our Pacific coast. Yeah, if it's taking them this long, although they don't have supplies, so that's probably part of the issue there. But if it's taking them this long to get out, let's get working on artillery. We're really going to need it. It's going to take a while just to march through Norilsk. Oh, Jesus. Kazakhs are getting reamed. The Red Army. Decisions available. Typical ones, it seems, though. Nothing too crazy there. Alright. Declare war. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. I don't know I don't watch the show that's a reference from. For the record. Oh. Vladivostok has been and continues to be Russia's door to the Pacific trade. While the docks of the Russian Republic have grown busier over the years, it is painfully obvious that the antiquated port was by no means built for the traffic of increasingly globalized markets. An announcement made by local Vladivostok officials, the Great Port of the East will be refurbished and expanded to allow for greater flow of cargo to and from Russia. A move celebrated by all, there is no doubt that Russia's future as a world leader in trade and finance is looking brighter now in spite of all the suffering of the past decades. The gates of the world open for the Russian bear. Next, to agricultural cooperation. Farmers are increasingly important and when organized even more so. Despite alignment of interests, they remain somewhat suspicious of us. We must prove to them that we are not the enemies but their allies, that we will help farmers and peasants make their their way up in society. The best way to do this is to meet with them. Let's work with CTA. Or TTA. New research. Just trying to march up to Norilsk. Get this over with. Constructive civilian workshops. Well, maybe, you know, you can take your time a little bit there. I won't complain about an extra civilian factory. Ooh, okay. Speaking of industry, we actually have enough that we can work on more than one thing at a time, which is very nice. I'm gonna work on a little bit of infrastructure here so we can get working on factories. Let's get this up to at least 6. Oh, geez. Hungarians really can't get a break, can they? Excavation 1. Let's do a tractor for every man. If we wish to achieve true agricultural self-sustainability, we must expand the amount of people working in the sector, further the production of tractors, and expanding the number of people working in agriculture, which will mean that we will be able to approach self-sustainability and perhaps even begin to export our agriculture to foreign nations. Excellent. Ooh, Germany's going after Belarus. They have picked themselves back up. Okay, they can... That's interesting. He can go ahead and, pardon Himmler. We have an interesting final boss here for sure. Alright, aircraft. Let's get jet engines going. We can use better planes. Also, we might just want to get working on some more trade guys. Also, I saw that Mexico. What is going on? What is happening in Mexico? I mean, okay, Finland. Oh, they got Erhaukakonen. Tractor for every man. Let's do encourage peasant communes. Quote American founding father Benjamin Franklin, there are 2 choices for farmers, to join or die. If you do not unite and form their own blocks, to oppose big money and foreign interests, they will inevitably be crushed under their boots. We must encourage farmers to form communes in the interest of each other and the nation. Industrial land appropriation. Let's get a building slot. Why not? Germany versus Slovakia. Whoo! Thick Hungary. Love to see it. Interesting move. We'll see whether that works out for Hungarians or not. There we go. Okay. Pass, pass. Take all states. Done. German Reich, Republic of... You don't like to see that. I can't recall Patho, Ukraine has a focus tree. Well, the Bolsheviks of the old have made the era of collectivizing the lands of peasants. The SRs have instead opted for a program of socialization pragmatic communes. These new communes operate on a system devoid of landorders and a more progressive form of land value tax. There are newspapers sympathetic towards the SR party, a model commune showing happy peasants toiling on rich land, of which they truly own, captivates its idealistic readers. This new policy is one of the main tenets of a just deal put forward years before by Russia's top leftist minds. It's proving to be extremely popular among a peasantry whose land once simply exchanged landlords with the state decades ago. All men should own the land on which they live. More building slots, which I'm always down for. And I'll dismiss that. Go on for a little longer. I want to start a Duma bill, because this seems neat. Free Ballster 2, the power of Russian ghost divisions. True. Many farmers have not been able to keep paying for their farms. However, for many people, they have no responsibility for this and entirely out of their control. We must try to remedy this and make it easier for farmers to pay. To this end, we must seek to make foreclosure rarer. After all, these people are once feeding the nation, and they deserve our utmost support. Eventually, we'll integrate Norilsk. Seven. We still have. Oh, excuse me? Well, united we stand, divided we fall, all that shit. I like the color of Montenegro. That's a neat color. It's a very neat color. Integrate Norilsk. Either side has less troops than us. Let's get radar going. Let's check this out in the Duma. Okay. Many farmers not been able to keep paying for their farms. However, for many people, they have no responsibility for this entirely out of their control. We must try to remedy this and make it easier for farmers to pay. For this, we must seek to make foreclosures rarer. After all, these are people feeding the nation, and they deserve our utmost support. Well, let's negotiate with party. How does... I'll give it time and see if something makes more sense in a second. And let's do the conscription debate. There are two opposing sides in the military with regard to conscription. Russian chauvinist voices who support the military being led by ethnic Russians feel as if there is no other choice, as Russians have a long military history, not to mention the supposed dangerousness of having non-ethnic Russians leading a Russian military. On the other hand, is the pluralists who support a multi-ethnic military from all people of Russia. What's the best choice to be made here? I'm a little confused. Will we get... Will we end up getting options to, will there be decisions? doesn't look like there are decisions for it. But, Germany versus Estonia. Despite the opposition's strong stance, Visery's efforts in pushing past their bill has succeeded. So Karim remarked that this is a truly great political victory for Visery, will improve the people's opinion in the government. It's a major step towards the policy agenda of Visery. Excellent. Sweet. Okay. Let's raise up some emergency reserves. Wars are fought with men as much as they've fought with weapons and machines. Therefore, only a fully manned military can defeat its opponents. I think with that, I'll end things on the YouTube front. So, thanks for watching, gang, and I'll see you next time. Comment section down below, as well as links to relevant stuff. Yeah. Bye-bye.